Hello, my name's Richard. Welcome to Till Dawn Volunteers. I'm just going to show you a little video of how to use the timing system. Basically, all of the participants will either have a wristband like this, or they'll have a little key tag like this. Either one, it doesn't really make any difference. They work the same way, and that is the system which we are going to use for our timing system. Now, what you want to do is one person will be responsible for the timing system, and they'll have a little mobile phone like this. That person needs to stand before they get to the food table, otherwise you get a crowd of people coming up, you get confused as who you scanned and who you haven't. So one person take control of the phone and stand either at the door, it's an indoor venue, or stand 20-30 metres before they get to the table. And once you've made them all queue up and have their wristband scanned or their tag scanned, then send them onto the table after that. So how do you use this? Once you've turned the phone on, there is usually just one app installed on the screen, and you'll see it's called Race Timer Pro. And if I open that app, it will come up with basically pretty much a blank screen. What I'm just going to do is actually clean this off and just reset it first of all. So this now is a brand new reset, and you notice the screen is black and it asks you to scan the chip. It's got the time in the corner, and all you do then is offer up the tag, the NFC tag, which is the timing chip, to the back of the phone. Just some of the phones, the sensitive bit is at the bottom, some it's in the middle, or some is at the top. What you don't want to do is be waving it around. You have to actually keep the tag still for a couple of seconds. So in this particular phone, the sensitive area is at the bottom. So if I hold it at the bottom, after a couple of seconds, you'll see it's come up and said, position number 1, bib number 2, Catherine Ambrose, and she's in the Stone Masters Club. Now the next person comes along, I will do the same thing. I'll hold it up, and after a couple of seconds, there we go, it's come up there. Person in second position is Paul, and a few other details on there anyway. Okay, so that's basically it. Only one thing, a word of warning: you can close the app down by pressing the usual kind of middle button, or you can lock the screen by pressing it at the side. If you do lock the screen, which you probably will do just to save the battery at some point in time, you must remember to open up that app again at the top. If you forget, the tag will actually still scan, but it won't store the data, so we'll lose it. So it brings up a strange blue screen when you do it. So if I scan it now, you can see it's come up with a kind of blue screen, and it does have the same data. It says new tag collected, Catherine Ambrose, and all the rest of it, but it's not going to have been stored. So do make sure that if you do close the phone down or the app down for some reason, you go ahead and open the app up again first. So when you open it again, you should always see this black screen which says scan chip on there, and that's the right place. And if I, for example, hold a little key tag up there at the bottom, that will, if I hold it nice and close, you should just see that one doesn't have a name associated with it. It's just got bib number 14 and a few other details there. Okay, now that's pretty much all there is to using the timing system. The only unusual scenario which could happen is someone walks up and their timing chip, despite you holding it still, doesn't scan for some reason. So in that scenario, what you can do, it's not critical if you don't scan them, as long as we make a record of the fact you have seen them, and that's done on a separate sheet which you will receive in the little clipboard, and you tick everyone off to make sure they've been seen or they've DNS'd. However, if you are unable to scan the timing chip, it is possible to add a person in manually. And if you see these here, see at the far side, it's got positions 3, 2 and 1. Obviously that's the order that they came in at. If I wanted to add someone who actually came in third but their chip didn't scan, you can press number 3 and it'll pop up asking you, do you want to add a line above or below? So I'm going to do that right now. So I've just held my finger on the number 3 and it says, do you want to add a line above or add a line below? So I'm going to add a line below, which will make this person come in third place. So if I add a line below, it comes up and says put the person's bib name in, which is just at the top there, and then a little bit lower down you can type in each of the boxes hours, minutes and seconds. Let me see if I can make it show you that. There's hours, minutes and seconds and the date. So all you need to do is type in the current time, or you can see there it'll let you duplicate, copy an earlier time or copy a later time. So the best thing to do is just probably type copy earlier or copy later time, or you can type in, I'm going to type in, it's 1400 hours and 30 seconds now. So if I type that detail in, I'll put bib number 120, I'll put 14 in the hours, 00 for minutes, and 20 for the seconds. So I'll show you I've just done that. Bib 120, 1400 hours and 20 seconds, and then press done. When I press done, it says kind of, are you sure? And you say OK. You press OK, and then if you look now, there's a new entry that's been put in third place, and it doesn't have the person's name, because obviously that detail is only stored on the chip itself. All it's got is the time, the position, the bib, etc. And that's basically it. Now, you're probably not going to have to do that. The chips are fairly reliable, but now and again it does happen. So if you do have time, try and put a manual entry in. If you don't worry about it, as long as the person has been recorded as arriving at the checkpoint, so we know we haven't lost anyone. Fundamentally, that's what the checkpoints are all about. We feed people, but most importantly, we want to know, has everybody arrived who we are expecting? And that's all you need to know. So when you arrive at a checkpoint, the first thing you're going to be doing is probably updating the list of people, and you may get a text message from me or the other people at other checkpoints to let you know that various other people have retired. So you'll be crossing those numbers off, and that way, when you come to close the checkpoint, you will finally have a list of everyone who started the race. And what you're going to do is basically go down and use the list on the phone, which you can scroll up and down at random to find out who's been through, and you'll use that to tick off all of the people. So there'll be a list of numbers 1 to 120 or 150 or however many people actually turn up on the day, and you will tick each one of those people off as either seen and they've been through the checkpoint, or as retired. Anyone who has not started the race as a DNS, we will usually have put a line straight through their name before the checkpoint sheet even arrives to you. So there's no need to worry about those people. And that's basically it. So hopefully we'll see most of you at registration. Some of you will be coming along to pick up the checkpoint boxes. I'll make individual arrangements with each of you to find out what you're going to do. But other than that, take care of everybody at the checkpoints. You'll see a little sheet I'll send you that basically says to look out if they're okay, they're cold and all the rest of it. So anyone who does retire, ideally pop them in your car and bring them back to the HQ after the checkpoint closes. If an unusual scenario where we suddenly get a glut of people retiring at one particular checkpoint, we haven't got enough vehicles there for the volunteers that are there, all you'll do is contact me and we'll send out another vehicle or more to come and collect them. And that's it. So look after everybody well and make sure you wrap up nice and warm, and I will see you a week on Saturday at Dusk till Dawn. Thank you for watching.